Hello everybody and welcome back to the Valley, the old farm. Today we've got a nice little job to do. We've got a £20,000 seeding job. And this in front of me is the equipment we've got. Look at this. I personally think this seems a bit well overkill for that. But I'm going to have fun with this. So let's get it hooked up. Let's get it filled with some seed. Yeah, this thing's an absolute beast. Look at this inside. And yeah, it pivots in the middle as well, so that's going to make it more fun. Let's just hook up nice and gently to that. Now, it says we can put in fertilizer and seeds, but I don't think it said anything about fertilizing, just seeding. Let's just double check the contract. Yeah, it doesn't say anything about fertilizing, it just says sow field 1 with canola, so we better go buy some seeds. Fill this thing up with canola. Well, we'll actually fill it up with some seeds, not canola. So I've gone for 2 bags because I'm not sure how much it's going to take, and also I don't want to waste a lot of money on seeds. Oh, we need to get a bit closer for this one. Because I haven't really got anywhere to store them, so, and also we're going to send this back, it's just leased equipment. Looks like 2 bags will do, 66%. I think that's enough. We're gonna risk it because it doesn't normally get through a lot of seeds. We'll head over to field 1. Oh, I need to just make sure that we do actually select canola. Don't want to be putting something else in, do we? Because that won't go down very well. But this thing is massive trying to get down the roads. It's not car friendly or these kind of road friendly, if I'm honest. Touch wood, we seem to be doing okay. We've not met any cars just yet. A field 1 is... Oh, speaking of cars, there's a van coming along. Let's move over. Yeah, not too bad. So field 1's quite a fair size. But this is quite a size seeder as well, so I don't think we need to worry too much. It's this one here, which is all white on the right. So let's just go through. We'll open up. Now it's trying to work out which is going to be the best way to go. I think we'll see if we can try and do a headland or 2. So I think if we start this way, it's also going to be really weird as well, because with it pivoting in the middle. Not normally sort of very familiar with the pivoting ones in the middle. So we'll just back up here. No fertilizer because it's what it said. I mean, normally I would do if it was my own field, but it says no fertilizer. So canola is selected. Definitely said canola, didn't it, on the contract? You know what? I'm just going to double check one more time. The last thing we want to do is mess this up. Yep, definitely says canola. That's good. So let's go through. Let's drop down, turn on, and let's see how this thing goes. Let's see how we get on with well, articulating, is that the right word? Articulating middle of this tractor. Quite a beast. It's got plenty of power. I really do think it's overkill for this kind of seeder. But it seems to be pulling it no problem at all. Now we have got some funny angles on this field. As you can see, it's a bit all up and down and over the place. This is probably the perfect kind of plant and seeder for this. It will flex. It's a good choice here for leasing this was. So I don't think this will take too long at all. Now, I'm going to go straight across and sort of section it off. I'm trying to work out, is that... I think that's the edge of the map. Yeah, that's the edge of the map there. It just looks a little bit different from normal. Quite cool though. So I think this is going to be quite a nice little job. It's going to be a pretty quick episode. Because the problem is with these... Oh, we have literally hit the edge of the map there. How rude. Can we not go a little bit further? So I think since we're down this way, we'll go and turn. See if we can try and run along the edge here. So these jobs, this series is going to be a little bit slow to start with. Because all we can do is contracts to try and help us get some money. Oh, the oscillating of the tractor is really weird. So yeah, it's going to be a little bit of a slow kind of start to this series because, like I said, this is all we can do to get money is these contracts. What I'm hoping, and I'm not sure if it's going to be a good decision or not, but I'm thinking if we can lease our own tractor, we've got a bit of money in the bank. It's not going to be too ridiculous. We get a nice little small tractor, maybe a John Deere or Fence or JCB or something like that. Or Massey. We get a Massey as well. I'm thinking if I bought my own fertilizer spreader, well, they're quite quick little jobs. Now, you could do a few of them. Obviously, they only sort of, some of them are small money. A couple of grand here and a couple of grand there. But because we can literally fly through them, because most of the spreaders are a good, what, 24 to 42 meter spread width. You see what I'm thinking with this? I think we could end up making a nice sort of amount of money, but fairly quick as well. So that's what I'm thinking of doing. So you can always let me know in the comments below. Do you think, oh, we're in the trees, is that a good idea, bad idea? Now at the minute we're kind of in that stage where most people are harvesting, so we're not going to get too much. I don't think there's actually any contracts for fertilizing at the minute. Ooh, we're just missing a little bit there. Be a bit crucial if it was my own field, but because we're doing a contract, you don't have to get every inch, so we'll be okay on that. So yeah, let me know what you think in the comments below then. Do you think we should go for that? Get my own tractor? Well, obviously, like I said, we're going to have to lease it. Now, the good thing about being on PC is it does allow us to have some, I would say, more like realistic kind of mods. You can get some really cheaty mods, but this one, it's lease to buy. So you can lease some equipment, but it does like you would in real life, where if you go and lease something, or you get it on finance, you obviously pay off the finance over so long, and you have the chance to go and buy it sooner. So if you've got, say, a 5-year lease, you get the chance to go and pay off early. Well, it's the same kind of thing. It's a mod that we've got on here, which is the same. Lease to buy. You lease something, and then obviously the final figure keeps dropping down lower and lower and lower. And you can keep leasing it until you've paid it all off, or we can actually pay it off earlier once we get some money. So I'm really tempted to give that a go, because I do think that will be awesome. And again, it is quite real life. It's what you can do. So I am tempted to lease a tractor and see if I can actually buy a fertilizer spreader outright. But I want to hear from you in the comments first. So let me know what you think. Thumbs up or thumbs down to that. Alright, let's go through and get some of this done.
I told you every single time, don't you worry. You would always call me at the wrong time, so you can know what I was up to. Oh, don't you get that it's just stupid? Hey, just hear me out. It's been a while since we were good, so why we dragging out when we've been doing everything we could? I don't wanna feel so lonely tonight. Every time we spend time, I wanna do this for the last time. I don't need it, no, I don't need it, no, don't need you here to feel alright. It's crazy how we started off so good. Every single hour with you vanished just like that. But now it feels like I've been trapped, and I can't believe how you don't see it now. Hey, just hear me out. It's been a while since we were good, so why we dragging out when we've been doing everything we could?
I don't think this little job's going too bad, actually. I was getting a little bit concerned with the seed. I've got 265 litres left, but then we've not actually got much to go. If you've been watching at the top corner, it's come up and said that the contract's 91% complete. So I think 2 bags might have been spot on for this. Now you might see little bits on the right there that have been missed. The reason I didn't go back for them is that I would do if it was my own field. You would go back and cover every inch. But because it's a contract, I want to try and get the majority done. I don't want to go and waste the seed on them little bits there. Where if I can get the majority of this done, there's a good chance the contract's going to complete, which means them bits are going to get filled in anyway by the contract, you know, when it's completed. I know we should really suppose go over every little bit, but that is the little perks of the contract, is you don't have to do every inch. And that, yeah, there's a bit of a, definitely a bit of a crest on that little hill there. There you go. So it come up now saying contract field 1 finished. So we don't really have to do any more. So when you complete the contract, anyway, there's no way around it. I can go over and finish it, but when we complete the contract, it's going to finish it anyway. So it's sort of, we might as well just sort of, well, turn that off. As soon as you complete it, that disappears anyway, so taking it back to the store doesn't really make a difference. You would have thought that the person who owns this field, Rebecca owns it, you would have thought she would, let's get these stones up. They're not doing any equipment any good, really. Okay, well, that's the planting done. All the seeding, sowing on this field done. Nice little job. Let's go collect the money and see how much money we've got at the end. So we're going to get 17,878 because we had to obviously lease. And I do think, like I said, and I've said all along, the tractor I think was a bit overkill for this. I don't think we needed something quite so big. I'm trying to get used to the oscillating middle. Oh, that was getting quite interesting. Trying to keep on track as well as, yeah. So let's go and complete that. So that's that done now. So we have nearly 34,500. Now, if we go and have a look on the contracts, let's just go and refresh the list and see if there's any more coming up. So there's nothing really coming up at the minute. So we've got some baling stuff we can do. There's a nice one there. Nearly 15 grand. But I really wanted to go through and do some fertilizing. So I really think, what do I do? Because I know I said at the beginning of this episode that asking you guys, what should I do? But I really do think it's time to go and get a tractor and a spreader. I really do. Let's go and have a look. So I might have got a bit carried away and I might have gone and leased this thing before showing you guys. We're going to go through and have a look through the shop, but I saw this, good price, at 8,000 to lease. It's a Massey Ferguson 7S, 210 horsepower. Look at this, 600k weight on the front, wide tyres, weights on the back. Absolute beauty. Look at this. Let's have a look in. Look at this. Start her up. Oh, look at that. Absolute beauty. I do love the Massey Fergusons. So this is going to be my tractor. So we're leasing it at the minute, but with the aim and the goal to try and buy this one outright from the leasing company. So like I said, at the minute we're going to be leasing. It's going to be costing me around about 8,000. But soon, fingers crossed, it's going to be ours. Yep, that's a good buy. What do you think in the comments below? Thumbs up, thumbs down? What do you think? So we'll just add to the collection as well, this nice little K-brand fertilizer spreader. And we'll just go fill them up with some fertilizer. Took on 2 small fertilizer contracts. There's nothing big at the minute. Just a couple of small ones, but with this though, they should get them done in next to no time. So we might still have to do some other little bits. Don't think we're going to be able to just solidly rely on fertilizing. But you never know, as time goes on, we might be able to progress to some bigger fields where then this is really, because it's a quick job, quick money, but at the minute, steady, little income. So let's see where we're going first. So firstly, we're going to be heading over to field 45. You can see flashing there. Now there's a good chance it's a small field. Not a massive amount of money from this one, but we could probably hit that in one go. So it's still going to be quite a nice amount of money. And the second field is at the bottom of the map, field 59, a little bit bigger. But if we zoom out, you see we have got potential to fertilize a lot of fields. So I still think this is going to be quite good. So let's head to the first field. I do love this little tractor. It is great. Massey's just looked so good. I still think, I'm still going to stand by. This is probably a good decision because at the minute it might be a little bit tight. Not too many jobs want doing, but I think we are this one here on the left. Looks like it. Yeah, I think we might. Okay, might be a 2-passer this one. Can't remember actually what size is this thing. Oh, it's a 42. Bunch of it is a 24. So, yeah, we'll have a go. Actually, we'll zoom out. We'll see if we can get it in the middle. Is this going to... I think because it's a contract, it's going to do enough. So, let's just hit it. Oh, hello. Drop it down, Craigie boy. Come on, get it together. Get on the buttons. Oh, it is going to do it all. Look at that. Wow. 10% complete already. Gotta keep an eye on that because we don't need to go over it all if we can help it. The more we can save on the old fertilizer, the better for us. The better for our pockets anyway. We're nearly done. Nearly done. Must be now anytime. There we go. Oh, it nearly made me do all that one. Saying that, there's not really much of a field, is there? So yeah, like I was saying, I do think this is going to be good because just think about it. We've got this field, okay, £800, around about £800 this has cost me to do. Sorry, not cost me, I'm going to get to do this field. But look how easy that was. We barely used any fertilizer, straight up, one pass, job's done. £800, thank you very much. Because there's so many little fields on this map. Just think, if we got, like, there's going to be a point where there's going to be a lot of fertilizing to do. So, like, this one next to us on the right, the one on the left, one over there. You know, all these fields, you could have an area here where you could get, like, 7 or 8 fertilizing jobs. Take them all on. Bang, 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 bang. Just knock them all out. Before you know it, you've easily made 10, 15 grand. I still think this is going to be good, and it's not, like I said, it's not going to cost much. Alright, we've had to lease the tractor, lease the spreader. I was thinking of buying the spreader, but 20 grand, 20,500 it was to buy. And I'm just, that would have pushed us to the edge, really. And I didn't really want to leave ourselves that close to the breadline. So I think leasing for now is best. When we can, we'll buy it outright. So if you're not sure what I was on about when I said about we've got this mod that allows you to basically lease to purchase, these you can see here are my leased items. So I've got the massing, I've got the fertilizer spreader. If we go onto the fertilizer spreader, you can see at the bottom, I've got an option now that says purchase. So if I click it, it said leased equipment purchase, purchase leased, and the brand of it, for £20,090. That new is 20,500. So basically what it's saying is I've already paid off the first bit of it. But if I want to carry on now, 20,090 to buy it outright. But if we come back in like a couple of months, that would obviously go lower. So we're going to keep paying it off. It's going to get lower and lower and lower until we can then eventually buy it outright. Same with the tractor. Got the price of the tractor. 162,267 if I want to go buy it outright. Again, a lot cheaper than if you go and buy it brand spanking new. It is new, but just because we're paying them off each month, that figure is going to get lower and lower and lower to the point where we are going to be able to buy it outright. That's what you would do in real life. I think that is such a cool mod, and dead happy to have that one. So let's go and do this final field of fertilizing for this episode. So we are right down here at the bottom of the map then, field 59, barley field. Well, it soon will be a barley field, and this is what we've got. So if we zoom out and turn her on, again, not a massive size field. I think this is about just over 1,100 or something. So yeah, we're not going to get rich off this, but it's a nice way to go. So we'll get this done. Probably could go over a little bit more. Yeah, I think we would need to go over a little bit. I just think this is going to be nice, quick, easy money without too much drama. Like I said at the start, it is going to be a bit of a slow start to this series because it's a start from scratch. So we're not going to be able to get anything glamorous until we get on a little bit. Until we start getting our own fields and stuff like that, and then we can get our own productions, and then we can really start progressing and making the money on. Unfortunately, we're going to have to do these contracts, so it's going to be a lot of rinsing and repeating until we can get into it. Now, I don't want to jump forward. You're probably thinking, well, why don't you just jump forward a bit? I could do a lot of these jobs off camera, but I think if I suddenly go from the bank balance we've got now, with just under 20 grand, just suddenly come back next episode and I've got 150,000, you'd be like, hang on a minute, what happened there? Have I been asleep? How'd you suddenly go from that to that? It's just gonna... I want to show you how we go through it, otherwise you're just gonna think it's just all been cheating. And that's not what this Start From Scratch series is all about. So we are gonna have to go through step by step. But join me for the journey, and we'll see where we end up. So the good thing about having our own equipment, even though it's leased, it's still like it's ours. So there's no leasing cost on here. So in the overall, I think this is going to be the better way of doing it, leasing it ourselves rather than this, because otherwise we are going to have to pay a leasing cost on each job that we do, because it's different contracts, different equipment. At least with our leasing, it's ours. We can just flip and flop between different fertilizing jobs and not have to worry. Because as soon as you complete this one, the equipment goes back, you've lost what's in it. You then have to go get next equipment to do the next job. So at least this one, it's a lot better. So 756 for the first one we did, so we'll collect that. And 1,689. I was a little bit off when I said 1,689 for that one. I don't believe we've got any more. Oh, we have. Oh, you see, look, they're opening up now. Look at that. Oh, the field one that we just done. 15,379. You see what I mean? That, you know what? I'm going to take it. I'm going to take it. I'm going to take it. Look at that. For 20 grand. No leasing costs because we've got it. We're still in the same day. But we aren't going to do these in the same episode. So for now, we're going to pause on this one. We'll come back next time. And we'll just see how many fertilizing jobs we can smash out. We'll get some money in. We're at 22,019 at the minute. So, for now, we'll leave it there. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.